What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Top Fly Podcast. You know what it is, you know what we're here to do. Back in studio today, beautiful Austin, Texas. I'm with the boys. We got B to my left. As you know, we got Bali ATX to my right, as always. In front of me, off the screen, but he's here, my G. Primo, how you doing, mate? Starting off with you this episode. How you doing, Primo?
Man, I'm doing all right, actually. Not too bad.
You were watching the...
Longhorns just lost.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
about to say, hold on.
I'm a bit hurt, but... and then Austin yesterday. It's tough, bro, but I'm good.
Hey, mind you, Primo sounds a little hurt. B, how you doing, mate?
Good, bro. It's been a busy weekend, man. Friday, AustinFC 2. Saturday, the game at Q2. Texas lost, and now we're in the stew for another episode. So it's been a busy weekend, bro, but we're here.
That Austin FC 2 game was lit.
Bro, it was awesome, bro. It was the vibes immaculate.
The vibes were immaculate.
Yeah.
We were talking smack to the Dynamo right back, but like we were getting into his head, under his skin.
Number 5.
It was so funny, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fodry, who had an amazing game,
bro. The vibe there was so loud because like the faces you would see are like the community like that's involved in like content. Like you saw Moon Tower was out there, North End was out there, like everybody.
Phil
like
West was out there.
Phil West was out there. So like it was like the real like diehard fans, and it was just dope vibes.
And it was cool though because Josh Wolf was also there.
Yeah.
Anthony Precourt,
AP.
Eddie Margain, David Arnoud, Sean Rubio was out there. Players were out there from the first team.
Dior, Maxi, Danny.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty cool vibe, man. Honestly, it was great. I have to introduce the man to my right. The screen will be to the left. Bali ATX, mate. Welcome to the episode. We have a lot to talk about, but first I want to know, how are you doing today on this Sunday afternoon?
Well, my G Hernan, we got a lot to talk about, bro. You know, I got stuff that I gotta get off my chest. And I'm upset. I'm not gonna hide it. And I know a lot of people are upset also. So let's get the show going, man.
Definitely, mate. Before we get the show going, I do got to send a shout out to the sponsor, Guadalupe Realtor. Her information is on screen. You could check her out. Shout out to her. If you have any questions on buying or selling home in the Austin, Texas area, she can help you out and make the process a lot easier for you there. Also, got to send a shout out to the website and the writers, we'reaustintv.com. Got some great articles there coming out from Scott, Football Critic, and also my G, JCB. You want to add anything on the plug-in for the socials, bro?
Yeah, I mean, We're Austin TV. The website is up, man. Just go check it out. I'll put it on the screen. It'll be on the screen. Go check it out and read some articles.
Alrighty. Well, let's get into the episode, y'all. Episode 88, Top Flight
88,
Podcast.
bro,
Recording this episode after the 1-1 draw at home, Q2 Stadium against the Colorado Rapids. We were all there last night. It was an emotional ride, to say the least. I mean, we did the fan reactions, one of the most longest fan reactions that we've done in a really long time. The fans had a lot to say. The Twitter space last night went for 20 minutes longer than what it should have. I always do 1 hour, but for last night, it was an hour and 20 minutes. The fans, again, had a lot to say. Frustration all over the fan base. Obviously, some people are saying that the pitch, the result on the pitch has not been great. But I want to start off with you, B. What are your overall thoughts from last night's match? Obviously, you heard the Twitter space. You were there for the fan reactions. But what was your overall thoughts from last night's match?
Yeah, we looked bad out there. I mean, we played at home. It didn't look like we were at home. You know, we go away with a point, but I think the fans are disappointed and frustrated with the performance. I mean, they were on us. They should have won this game if it wasn't for Brad Stuber. Brad Stuber saved us. He earned this point. Like, this point is because of Brad Stuber. And, yeah, I mean, to the bottom of the conference, like last place, Colorado. I mean, we lost to Houston when they were in last place. Now we lost to them when they're in last place. So I understand the fans' frustration. We come away with a point. They scored in the last 5. You know, we'll get to all that. But, I understand the fans' frustration. And, I mean, we come home with a point, and, yeah.
Now, before I get to Bali, Josh Wolf had this to say on last night's match. This is like if I'm asking him for his overall thoughts. So, Josh Wolf, what were your overall thoughts, right, kind of? Wolf goes on to say, he says, not the result that we probably want or expect to have here at home, but from a point standpoint, we're not far off from where we were last year at the start of the season. Obviously, we feel better about some of the bigger score lines, but we got work to do like everybody. It's a long year, and we got to get a little bit of a breather. I think that'll do the guys some good. Now, he's hinting at the break that's coming up. We're going to come back April 8th against LAFC on the road. So the boys have a bit of a break to get things together, I guess you could say.
And we almost pulled it off, too, bro. We almost pulled it off. If we almost pulled it off, bro. I mean, the situation with what we had, Lima and Ringen as the center backs, we almost pulled it off. It didn't work out, though.
86 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Before we get to the goal, I want to get Bali's overall thoughts on last night's match. You were on the fan reactions. You were on the Twitter space. Some people were saying, Bali, you were right. All this time, you were right. Obviously, this episode, I know you're going to want to cash checks. Receipts are probably in your pocket. But just give me your quick overall thoughts before we get into the deeper topics.
No, I'm about the disrespect, Hernan. You know, I'm used to it, bro. I'm used to people disrespecting me. But you know what? I laugh at the end. I laugh at the end, bro. But the performance was it's not good enough. Simple. You know, embarrassing. You know, Brad Stewart saved us. That's clear. And he was the MVP of the match. He was the MVP of the match. Our goalkeeper.
Stu.
Yeah.
Embarrassing, man. Embarrassing. But you know, we have like I told you, and I've been saying it, man. You know, I'm very, very concerned. Very, very concerned. And we have a tough road game against LAFC next, and that's gonna be difficult for us. So expect that defeat feeling to keep going. You know, Wolf, he has to switch it up. He has to come different. He needs to plan B. He needs to plan C. You know, not just a plan A, and stick to it, man. You gotta switch it up, bro. And it was embarrassing last night. Fans were very, very upset. Very, very upset. And it's and fairly so, bro.
Yeah.
Fairly so, man.
I see what you're saying, mate.
So we gotta pick it up, man.
Definitely. Primo, you have anything you want to add on the overall thoughts from last night's match, brother? We miss you at Q2, by the way.
Yeah, I had gone out of town, took a little trip. So I watched the game I was watching it on my phone on the way back home. I wasn't driving. It was
Where'd you go?
on Houston, bro.
Nah.
Wait, what?
Hey.
Wait, what, bro?
Took a little trip to Houston.
He
bro.
said they beat us so
I'm-
bad I went
I was
back.
probably at the
Undercover
Houston
agent.
game. I don't know.
Primo
Undercover agent.
goes. They beat us so bad I had to go back.
They did beat us, man.
And so yeah, I was watching the game on the way back, and it was you know, we should have beaten this team. We should have played better. Another upsetting result for Rigoni, you know, not getting on the scoreboard.
True.
You know, some things were a little off. Lima back, you know, and Ring back in the defense was different, and I don't know, man. Just overall, it just sucked because we scored so early, and we were, you know, against the ropes after that. You know, Colorado was
Definitely.
just bringing it the whole game, and it was just disappointing to see because, like I said, this is a team that we should have beaten. And we were playing at home. We had some of our starters out in the field, even though we had Leo and Owen Wolf out for international duties. I think we were able to cover those positions well for most of the game, but it just didn't click. You know, I don't know.
Mate.
It's a little bit of the chemistry's off. There's something going on, bro. It's just kind of disappointing to see, but we have a long break coming up, and hopefully we can get everything together and ready to go against LAFC.
Definitely, mate. You definitely hit some points spot on that, bro. I got some match stats here that I got to add before we talk about the goals that were scored in last night's match, obviously starting off with Gallagher's. But the team stats from last night, Austin with 7 shots, Colorado with 17. Austin only 3 shots on target. Colorado had 8 on target. The possession obviously went to Austin because that's Wolf ball. 54% possession for Austin FC, 46 for Colorado. The passes were 452 for the Verde and Black and 390 for the Rapids. 80% pass accuracy for us. The Colorado Rapids had 15 fouls, 8 for Austin FC, 2 yellow cards for the Verde, and 4 for the Colorado Rapids. No red cards, obviously. Offsides, none, which is a surprise there. 3 corner kicks for Austin FC and 12 for the Colorado Rapids, man. They were absolutely torching us on those corner kicks. Now, let's talk about the goals real quick. The goal came for Austin FC, minute 5 by Mr. John Gallagher, assist Drusi Dior. I want to get your take on the goal. It was a beautiful pass by Drusi. He completely fooled the entire defense, and Gallagher came running from the back. Onside, obviously, Teranko goes to VAR and gives the goal. But what was your thought, your reaction to the beautiful goal that was scored by Gallagher?
I mean, what a pass, like you said, bro. Amazing pass by Drusi, the vision in him to see. And also credit to Gallagher making the run. I mean, it was great from both of them. And who other than Gallagher to score for us, bro? I mean, Gallagher, like I've been saying on this pod, like, he's been our best player, dude. I think he is our best. Like, form-wise, what he provides to this team with goals and assists, he is our best player. And like Brad said on the fan reactions, if your left back is a right back right back is like the one to be scoring and assisting and be able to be on the offense for you. I don't think that's good, bro.
Red flag, brother.
That's a red flag,
Yeah.
and the players didn't perform like. I've defended Drusy last pod. I still have faith on him, bro. Believe it or not. I mean, you can come at me.
I mean, how can you lose faith on him, brother?
I'm not gonna lose
Dior
faith,
is
bro.
our MVP, brother.
I can't lose faith on Dragonian, man. And, like, you can make memes and of me with a clown or whatever. That shit was funny, but he's not up to the level. Zard is not up to the level. They're not performing. Diego doesn't start. So a lot of these players just aren't performing, bro. Like, you want to talk about moving formations and switching it up, tactics, sure. But, like, the players aren't like, okay, so what's the difference if you put Maxi started against Houston, right? We didn't look good there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zardes has been starting. We've given Finley a shot. Valencia has came in. We have no center backs. Lima in, Ring in. Zanny isn't really providing anything offensively. It has to be Gallagher. And, Diego has not been playing well, like to the point of Wolf. A lot of fans coming at Wolf for, talking about Diego. Diego's fan favorite, bro.
We're gonna get into Diego though.
we'll
We're
get
gonna
into
get into
Diego.
Diego.
Why do you keep bringing up his
We're gonna get
contract?
into Diego.
But the
Why
point
does
is,
he keep bringing up his
look,
contract,
look,
bro?
look, the
Have
point,
some fucking respect,
bro.
man.
The point,
Calm
we'll
down,
get to
bro.
it. We'll
Calm
get to
down.
it. The point is that what Wolf said is he's not performing, right? And is he wrong? Like, Wolf is not performing, bro. Right? To me,
Yes.
up to the level that he
Correct.
said, right?
Diego is not performing. You said Wolf, but
I'm sorry, Diego.
on the goal, which is what the initial question was, mate.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add on John Gallagher, Drusy Dior's pass? We're gonna get into
Yeah,
Diego.
it was a great goal. I mean, Drusy, he's not scoring as much, but if he can get those passes through like that, he's still high quality player, bro. Vision on him. That was great.
Bali. I want to get your take, mate, on the goal that was scored by John Gallagher. Drusy Dior gets his assist. John Gallagher gets his third goal. We got 6 goals. John Gallagher got half of them. He has 3. John Gallagher. It was a big talking point last night. The fan reactions, Twitter space. They were saying, just like B said right now, your right back is your top scorer. That's a problem. But we got to give John Gallagher credit. We got to give him his highlight, right? So give me your take on his goal that was scored last night.
By the way, bro, it's John Gallagher.
It's John.
John Gallagher.
It's
He's been amazing for us. And our best player, 100%. Our best player, bro. Our top scorer right now in the league. So he's on fire for us, and he can't play every position. We played him in the left back. We played him as a right back. He's played right wing. He's played left wing.
He's played 9, bro.
He's played at every position for us, bro. What else can you ask from John Gallagher? You can't, bro. He's done everything for us. Now it's time for players to step up. Step it up. Step your game up. If you're not fit, sit the bench. Clear. So I'm very, very excited and very happy for Gallagher. We need him.
Definitely, man. He is a very attacking-minded player. He's been pushing up. I really like what they've been doing with John Gallagher, and they've been using him in a way that he's been very, he's been a very attacking threat for us when other guys have not been, I guess you could say. Now, B, I want to get your take on the back line that we saw last night, because obviously the formations that we've seen on websites like FootMob and also on Google, you see that AustinFC was forming a back 3 last night. We see it right there on screen. We have Komanich, Ring, and Lima. Whenever we were going forward, it seemed like it was a back 3.
Yes.
When we were defending, it changed into a back 4. But what's your take on the tactic last night on defense?
Bro, we got a midfielder and a fullback as our center backs. This is pretty much the nail in the coffin in Tarek. If he's not going to come in when we literally have no center backs, and I don't see him playing for us. But, we did what we could. Lima had to step up, bro. He had to play center back just like Ring stepped up. And maybe that can take into account all the corners, bro. All the crosses, the clears. These aren't natural center backs. They're not trained. They're not practicing to try to, mitigate the pressure and look for an outlet. They're just happy to get it out of the danger zone, bro. They're just happy to get rid of out of the danger zone. Lima's just happy as long as it's out of here, we're good. They're not looking to see. They're not playing center back, bro. So maybe that accounts for all the corners that we got, and we may do what we had, bro. This is what we have, bro, in our back line, and that's what I mentioned in the beginning. Is we almost got away with it, bro.
You mentioned
Tarek. We almost got away with it.
You mentioned Tarek. We have a quote here. It says, this is Wolf on Kip. He also kind of mentions Tarek, but it's mainly on Kip. He says, we want to get them out there when they feel good. They have the belief in themselves, and the group also has to have the belief in them. Kip's going to be fine. He's powering through it. It's tough right now. with the injuries, obviously, that is affecting Austin FC. There's another quote. This is Wolf kind of on the CB situation in general. He says, he just plainly said, we don't have a center back at the moment. One more quote here from Wolf. It says, we didn't have many other options. So, yeah, it was tough. It's tough piecing that together along the back line. It's not what we would ideally want, but it's what we have right now. We have to run with it. I thought the guys were gutsy. They grinded. It wasn't our best performance by any stretch of the imagination. That's Wolf. We heard what B had to say. Bali, I want your take on that back line that we saw last night. Obviously, not a natural center back. Nick Lima was playing a role of a center back / right back. Right, but what was your take on Austin FC defensively last night? I mean, we looked like we were really struggling.
I mean, we were struggling, but let's be real. We are struggling in the back, you know. Leo's out, international duty. Julio's injury. Okay, fine. Okay, but the real issue here, okay, yes, I understand that we're struggling in the back, you know, but our defense, they tried their best. And our goalkeeper kept us in the game the whole match.
100%.
So our issue really is that our forwards are not finishing their dinner. They're not creating.
They're not
up to speed. They're not up to pace.
You don't think they have to do though? The center backs, Leo. You don't think they they don't have a role to play in our offensive? I know they play center back, bro. I know they got to clear the ball and play defensive, but I think Leo and having Julio really, really helps out a lot going defensively because they're the ones distributing to Danny and Wolf, and like that part of the field is non-existent, bro. Like Valencia was just literally like H mentioned, he was just like a wall, like a bounce it off of him. Like there's something there, bro. And I think it's Lima and Ring playing as center back, bro. And I think that has a lot to do with Colorado being so much all over us, bro. Stuver had to step up.
He was a wall and not in a good way. You know, he was a wall in the sense of you could just pass it to Johan and he would just one touch it, pass it back to you. There was really no creation from Johan's side. But then you got to ask yourself, he's really not that creative kind of player. Yeah. You know what I mean? So obviously the midfield, just what you touched up on, it missed Owen. But on the defensive side of things, mate, on the defensive side of things, I have one more quote here from Stuver. He says, it's extremely difficult to kind of play out of position, especially in a very structured way. That we'd like to play. And credit to Ring and Lima for stepping up and doing what coach needed and doing what the team needed to go out and get the result tonight. That was Stuver's quote on the CB situation. You want to add anything on that, B?
I mean, look, Stuver had to come up big because his defense is Ring and Lima, bro. Like, if Stuver would have had an off night, I mean, we would have been down 4-1, bro. Like, we would have got destroyed at home. To Colorado. Like, that's why I said in the beginning of the pod, we almost got away with it, bro. We almost managed to play a midfielder and a fullback as center backs and come away with 3 points at home, bro. We almost did it. I know we didn't. But a point above all that with our offensive players not performing, like, we almost got away with it. And I'm going to say, you can come at me, bro, but, like, with everything that Wolves have to deal with, not having center backs, and I know you can bring over Romagna, that's a whole different issue. We're trying to, like, makeshift something for this game, and we almost came away with 3 points, but we came away with 1. And to me, it's calm the circumstances. I think that's a good point, bro. Like, we should have lost. Don't get me wrong, we should have lost.
We could have lost. We could have lost. I don't know if we should have lost. We could have. I don't know if we should have.
I like that. I like that.
We could have. I don't know if we should have.
We could have lost. But the fact that we almost got away with getting 3 points, having a midfielder and a fullback and center backs, Valencia not up to par. Rigoni can't score. Zardes can't score. To almost come away with 3 points, but come home with 1. To me, I think that's a good point, bro.
The whole match,
Look.
One
last thing. Look, I get it. You want high standards for this club, bro. You want 3 points every game, and I get it. If we don't push the issue to Wolf and these players that we don't accept a point at home, then yes, I agree with that, right? But look at our situation, mate. You want us to get 3 points? Look, like, you can bring up Romagna. Romagna should be playing center back for us, bro. And that's one point that we can talk about, or we don't. But we've already hammered that. But we had no center backs, bro. We had corners after corners after corners. We couldn't dictate from the center backs to Valencia. No creativity.
Bali, before I get your take on this is what Wolf had to say. He said it was challenging. Obviously, we fatigued. We looked tired as the game went on. It was a tie. I'd say we were fortunate to get the tie. B said what he had to say. We let him go off. I'm going to give you the floor. I'm going to give you the space. Take the time that you need to respond to what he had to say and Wolf's comment also.
Okay, let's break it down now. You know, we have a center back, but he was dropped to Austin FC 2. He played Friday night. You were there with
Yeah,
me.
we were
with me.
there.
We were all there.
We
remember?
were all there.
We
Great
had-
night.
So
Great
our
night.
center back got dropped down to Austin FC 2 for his confidence, of course. Yeah, we understand. But you don't think Kip Keller wants to prove himself? You don't think if Josh Wolf has a meeting with Kip and tells me, you know what, Kip, I need you for this weekend. You don't think Kip is going to accept the challenge and say, you know what, I'm ready. I want to prove myself to
100%.
you. Yes, I messed up. I'm sorry. But you know what, let me get that trust back from you, Wolf. You play the man. You don't play Nick Lima as a center back, bro. Nick Lima is not a center back. You're taller than Nick Lima.
100%.
I'm taller than Nick Lima.
What if
Yeah.
Kip's not ready though? What have you seen from Kip
He-
that tells you that he's ready?
To me,
What have you seen? Name one
to
thing.
me, I know for a fact that Kip wants to come back and bounce back.
Sure, want.
And he wants to prove to Joshua that he's ready.
But what had he shown you to give Wolf that? To give him that?
Let me
what
read
has he
You
this.
have
shown
to give the kid its opportunity.
Let me read this
He
quote.
gave him one. He fucked up.
Let me read this quote. This is
What?
from
You
Kip
wanted him to
Keller.
go to
Come on,
Austin
B.
FC
Come
2,
on,
my
B.
boy.
Come on, B.
You wanted him to go to
Come
Austin
on,
FC
B.
2.
Come
You
on,
got what
B.
you wanted. Now
Yeah,
what?
but
Now
we
you
need
don't,
him.
bro. Now
But
you
we need
don't.
him.
Now you want
But we
him.
need him.
But
We
you
need him
said
right now.
you said he
We
needs
need
to
him
go.
right now.
Let me read the
We
quote.
need him right now.
Let me read the quote. This is from Kip Keller from the striker Texas Phil West. Kip Keller goes on to say, just getting back on the horse. Get going again and train every day. You never want to let your teammates down, you know? I effed up. I did. And I just got to keep going and get their trust back and keep working. B.
Good shit. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. But like, I'm sick and tired of like, Wolf does one thing. No, do this. Okay, I do that. No, do that. I'll do this. Put this player. Change this. Put this. That. This. That. This. That. We have no center backs, bro. You wanted him gone to Austin FC 2. He went to Austin FC 2. Do you not trust his judgment, bro? Like, okay, do you? What has Kip showed you that he deserves to start, bro? Tarek has showed us that he does not deserve to start, and he's not gonna start. Kip just had the first game. He messed up. And I want him to get his confidence back and maybe come back to the first team, right? I wish him well. But this is what we got to deal with, bro. We have no center backs.
Well,
Paulie?
you brought him out perfectly, Tarek. Tarek can
Yeah.
come in. Tarek can
Oh,
come in.
are you
don't-
kidding me,
don't-
mate?
You don't
Are you
you
kidding
don't
me?
trust Tarek. Tarek's played in the in MLS before, bro. He's not a rookie, bro. He had a mistake. It was a mistake. Okay, he's not a rookie. He's been in
It
this
was three
position.
mistakes.
He's played in this
It
league
was
before.
3 mistakes.
So
Not only mistakes, it was
so,
horrendous
okay,
mistakes,
but, okay,
man.
but the Wolf
Top
Wolf
10 of
also
all
set-
time mistakes.
Wolf also set him up to fail that game. Okay, Wolf said so.
Bro.
Wolf has to take blame from that game.
How did
also.
he do that?
Not
Explain
only
how.
Tarek.
Explain how.
You put him next to Nick Lima, bro. Nick
Bro,
Lima is not a natural.
What does
center
Nick
back.
Lima have to do with him
He's
kicking
not
the
a
ball
nat-
into his
bro,
own
but-
net, mate?
Bro,
What does
setting
Nick
him
Lima
up-
tell him?
Okay,
Like-
no, I know. Okay, but before that, setting him up next to Nick Lima was not the right move, man.
What does that have to do with him
They-
kicking the
they-
ball in his
they
own
don't play
net, though,
with each
G?
other. He's not a center back. First game of the club. It's a bad move, B. Don't defend it, G. Be
Bro,
real.
you
Don't
seen
defend
Tarek,
it,
bro.
Okay, don't defend it. Tarek could have came in and proved something.
He proved
got
that
the
he
result.
proved that he's not gonna start
But-
for us. That's what he proved. He came
No,
in and he
he-
proved that.
Okay, but you have
The-
a
the-
center
all
back
three-
that's there.
all-
You have
all
to
three
you have to
goals-
bring him on, B.
Okay, but all
He's
three.
there. You
okay.
have to bring him on. A
But
natural
Lima-
center back.
Lima letting
natural
a cross-
center back.
Lima letting a cross come in and him getting dunked on has nothing to do with that. You don't think he's gonna get crosses into any
Of
game?
course, yes.
Listen. 2 crosses, 2 crosses, and him hitting the ball into an own goal. What does that have to do with any system, mate? You're gonna get crosses in the game. Attack the ball. He did not do the
B.
basic thing that a center back should do. Kid fucked up. Wolf sees that he's not ready to play in the first team. That gives us Lima and Ring at the back, and that affects our style of play at home, where we can't push the ball to Valencia. Ain't doing nothing creative. So we're suffering, getting corners, 12 corners, boom, boom, boom. We almost got away with it. We didn't. To me, I think that's a good point,
Bali, you have anything else you want to say before I read some comments?
given our situation.
Read the comments, bro.
All right. Before we go on to the next topic, we had our say on the center back situation. Obviously, B and Bali went off. I want to read some comments. This is the comments from the Instagram post from the full-time edit. Some fans we have here. I'm just going to read a couple. Kronk Diesel says, we can't pass to save our lives. No one is where they're supposed to be or have any chemistry to know how to play off one another. We're stuck on this cross pass into the box and header it in. I'd rather us kick it from outside the box more. If we make it to the playoffs, we're done first round based off how this team plays and being coached. Juanito Alegría says, Stuver and El Diez Dior, Drusi, are the only ones showing full effort. The rest of the team simply settled with a 5th-minute goal. Unfortunately, we have now tied and lost games we should be winning. Can you imagine what results will be when we have to face playing LAFC in 2 weeks? Somebody else said Gallagher for MVP, Ghost of U94. Let's see another one. We got Ghost of U94, he also said, also would be cool if y'all discuss this on an episode of the podcast, but was Wolves' contract extension premature?
I mean,
Quick take on that, real quick.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I think they were gonna go with him long term. So
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Bali, quick, any thoughts on that?
I mean, there's pressure on. I mean, so he has to get it together. You know, he better
Look
be
what
at
we got,
home.
though,
He
Bobby.
better be at home studying, trying to work something out. You know, he better be, because if he doesn't perform for us, we have a tough road. LAFC,
the players aren't performing for us.
LAFC, Vancouver. Who's the other team? LAFC,
Galaxy.
Vancouver,
Galaxy.
and
we got Dallas in the mix.
Montreal.
Montreal.
We have to get at least 2 wins in those games.
Oh, facts.
And
Have to.
If we don't, bro,
It's going to be difficult.
it's gonna be very difficult to kind of defend him like your boy B over here.
Bro, look what
defending
he's
him.
dealing
So
with.
he's,
Look what he's dealing with,
He's
bro.
your boy
let's
also.
be real.
He's
Let's
your
be
boy
real.
also.
Let's
Bro,
be
look
real. Let's be
who
real.
he's dealing with. Look what he's dealing
The
with. Look at his
pressure's-
squad. He has no center back.
I understand. Now he has to bring his center backs in. He needs to drop some players. He needs to switch up the tactics. He needs to set another game plan. See if something isn't working. All right, let me go to this. Let me switch this.
Bro.
He needs to start the right players. He needs to bring on the right players. He has a lot of stuff to do now. So the pressure is definitely 100% on. Yes, he's struggling in the defense. But you know what? He has defenders. He has center backs that are there. And they can step up. Okay,
Bro.
our real issue here is our forward, our attacking six. We're not scoring, bro. That's our issue. Okay, if we score 4 goals in one half and they score 1, we win the game, G. We go home with the victory.
I don't get you, bro.
We go
I
home
don't
with the
get you,
victory.
bro.
So we have to step it up. We have to step it up. Some players have to be dropped, B.
Yes, but for who? Who have you not seen play for this team? Name me. Who have you not seen minutes from?
B.
Who have you not seen minutes from? Tell me.
Okay, everyone's played.
Ex-
Okay,
okay.
everyone's played. But B, we need to see the right
Okay,
lineup.
bro, look,
we need
look.
to see the right
You know
players
what-
come
you know what
in.
I don't get
we
is
need
how-
to see the different tactics.
know, I
B.
don't get is
That's
how
what
you
we
see
need, bro.
players-
Don't defend them, bro.
Bro,
Be
listen,
real.
listen,
be
listen, listen,
Let him
listen.
talk,
Real.
let him talk.
Let me
Be
say
real
something.
with
Let
the
me say
situation
something.
now, bro.
You're in
Be
the
real with
corner.
the
It seems-
situation.
it sounds
You
like to
can't-
me, it seems like you're in the corner.
You can't protect them anymore, bro.
Bro,
You can't say, oh, this.
you're on
oh,
the
we're
ropes,
struggling
mate.
here.
It seems
We're
like you're on the
struggling
ropes,
here.
mate.
We're struggling here.
Bro,
We're struggling over here. We're struggling here, bro. Okay, he's the coach. He has to get it together now,
Bro.
Correct?
Yes,
Correct.
but
Correct.
you've seen every player at least some minutes. You come in here and bash Rigoni for not scoring, bash Sardis for not scoring.
And are they scoring?
Okay,
B? Are they scoring?
they're not scoring, bro.
Okay.
But you're bashing
Okay.
as if Wolf is the
Okay.
one. Where can he put Sardis? Like, you want to switch it up?
No,
The players are not performing. Is that not true,
all
mate?
I'm
Is
saying
that not
okay,
true, mate?
they're not
Is
perf-
Rigoni,
okay.
Sardis, Diego
Yes,
not
okay,
performing?
Yes, they're not
Okay,
performing.
then where do you
So
move
you
them?
drop them.
And
You
play
drop
who?
them.
And play who?
Who?
Redes.
Do you not see your players that you have? Who do you
Redes.
mean who? You
Tell-
have
tell
Maxi
me, name
Urruti
'em.
on. You have Maxi Urruti.
He started against
You have-
Houston. Now what?
Okay.
Okay, didn't work
And
out.
he
Okay.
can't start again. You can't put Maxi. You can't put
Bro,
Maxi. You can't put Maxi.
You want
Ethan,
Rigoni bench.
Maxi.
You want Diego bench.
No,
You want,
I don't want Diego. I don't
you want
Diego
everybody bench,
I don't
knowing
want
our
Diego
bench.
I
Then
don't want
Redis
Diego
comes
bench.
in, Finley
I
comes
don't
in,
want Diego
and
bench.
they don't play good. Now you want them bench. So who do you want, bro?
All I'm saying is why not start with the Maxi, Ethan, Diego, and Drusi. You know how we were last season. Try it out, man. Try it. Let's see something different. That's all I'm saying.
We've seen so much though.
Quick point,
Everybody
quick
has
point on
played.
this,
performing.
quick
Everybody
point
has
on this.
Rigoni
played.
isn't performing. Drop him, bro.
Quick
Have
point.
the fucking balls.
And
Quick point on
Redis,
this, mate.
and you want Redis to
Quick
come
point on this. Quick point on this. The only forward that have scored for us is Maxi. Sardis hasn't scored. Will Bruin hasn't scored. Maxi Urruti is the only one that has
And
scored.
does he
mate.
start?
in. I don't
Does
get
he
why.
start?
I don't get why you don't
Does he
back
start?
the players
he
instead of
start?
just say drop
Does
them
he
when
start?
you look at our bench, bro.
Bro,
You have this
okay,
option.
fine.
You have this
Hey,
option. You
Diego,
look at you
Diego
look at,
Fagundes was dropped.
bro. Let me
Diego
let me.
Fagundes was
Okay,
dropped, B.
let's
Diego
let's,
Fagundes was
let's,
dropped.
let's imagine our
take a
wingers
chill
and our
pill.
forwards, right? Maxi, Zardis, Diego, Redes, Finley, Rigoni, right? Who else am I missing? Up front, 3.
Gallagher can play
How
up
many-
there too.
how
Gallagher
many-
can play up there too.
Okay. Oh, we have no center backs now. You want us to not have Lima goes plays in Gallagher's position. Now who plays center back way?
Bro, you have Hector
Ke-
Jimenez
Keller
on the
or-
But
bench.
Orthotic
listen,
has
listen.
to
On
slide
the
in.
original point, you got
Yeah, Hector
the
Jimenez
names
on
I
the
just
bench.
named you: Maxi, Zardis, Rigoni, Redes, Finley, Diego. What? How many times do we gotta do this to realize the players are just not performing, mate? Rigoni is not bagging goals. Zardis is not bagging goals. Finley has played. Diego has played. Maxi has played. Zardis has played and played and played and played. How many more times do you want to switch around? Who else do we bring in? Redes, bro?
Bro, you switch up, you put up a lineup, and you bring in a new player for the guy that's not performing, and you switch it up.
So you want us to just keep
try-
buying
you put-
players
you
until someone?
No,
just
no,
good?
nobody's buying players, B. I'm saying you have the players with you. Get it together.
We're
know?
trying, bro. They're not
Okay.
performing. Way.
That's all I'm saying. You keep starting guys that aren't performing, and then you drop the guy, and then you bring up his contract. And you drop the guy that supposedly isn't fit for you, when the other guy on the other side isn't fit either. It's not doing shit for you.
So then
and
we
you
brought
still
in
start
Philly.
him.
So then we
Okay?
brought in Philly.
So now.
So then we brought in
now,
Redes.
Okay, so now we drop him and switch up the lineup.
So then go back to
You brought-
Rigoni. So
you-
we're just
you-
gonna be
you
doing
brought in-
this
you brought in
all
Zar-
season. Wait.
No. You brought in Zardes. He isn't performing for you.
Then
He's
start
not scoring.
Maxi.
Okay, let's start Maxi. Let's see how it goes. If we get it going,
Didn't
okay,
go good.
Keep the flow. Keep the flow going. Keep the flow. But you don't know if it's gonna be good. Let's try it out, B. Try
Nah,
out.
bro. I'm just
try
saying.
It out.
I'm saying you've
Maxi,
seen minutes from everybody.
Maxi,
You've seen minutes from everybody.
Maxi.
You can't make up
Eth-
your mind.
Maxi, Ethan, Diego, Drusi.
Let me say this.
Why
mate.
not?
Let me go on to the next topic on these points that y'all have been making. We've touched up on Maxi and Diego, and that's what we're going to talk about next. The topic here, the main point is what's going on with Diego and Maxi. They're on the bench again. Now we brushed up on them with the points that y'all made. Yeah, we're going back and forth heavy. Now I want to get in maybe a bit deep if we can on this topic, because it's a very awkward situation. The fans don't like it. Diego Fagundes comes on Q2 Stadium, gets subbed onto the field. He receives a great ovation from the fans. The fans want this guy on the field, but Josh Wolf apparently thinks that Diego Fagundes has not been at the standard, at the level for him to be earning what he's earning, which he dropped the bomb, said that Diego Fagundes is the 4th highest paid player for AustinFC. Apparently that's a big issue with Josh Wolf. He keeps on bringing it up. That's twice now. But I want to get y'all's takes on the situation with Diego Fagundes. But first, I have a quote here from Josh Wolf. He says, Diego, was a little disappointed coming out of the Houston game. There were some words, there was some body language, but we talked about that. Diego will get there. These guys have built an equity for me over a couple of years of what they do and how they push. But when a little adversity comes or a little frustration comes, it's important to remember that we built this thing on roots of hard work, stay collected, having some resiliency, and we will stick to that. That was Wolf on Diego. B. Thoughts on the Diego situation and on that quote before I go to Bali?
Yeah, you mentioned him bringing up his pay and stuff. What I think comes with not only look, Diego. Nobody is in here gonna question the fact that he did not earn that back. He earned it for what he gave us season 1 and 2. Right, well deserved. Everybody was happy when that happened, right?
100%.
And maybe that brings on a little bit more responsibility now. Maybe you're earning big bucks now. Maybe you should do a little bit more for me. Maybe let's switch up your role. Maybe a little bit different jobs. Maybe his role changes, right? Yep. It seemed that way. Yep. And it seems like Diego has been brought out of his comfort zone. Like he knows what he can provide in a certain manner, and he'll do it. But maybe Wolf wants a little bit more extra, do something else, more of the hard work, more different. And he can't do it right. Because he's obviously not playing well. He can't do what Wolf is asking him to do. But I feel like instead of just saying, look, Wolf, I can't do it, let me play back. No, bro, like, do it. Figure it out. Keep working.
I have a question for you, B, and I hate to put you on the spot like this.
Put it, bro.
But on this situation, do you think that it's more of a matter of Diego is maybe not as invested into the team as he was in previous times? Or do you think that Wolf is being unfair? In a way.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's not as invested, bro. Like, this dude has showed us time in, time out. He's emptied the gas tank for us. He's put in the work, and he's earned the contract. So I wouldn't say maybe his involvement isn't up there. You know, this isn't just on Diego himself. This is globally. When a player earns a nice, he earns his bag, sometimes the performances kind of drop off a little bit. And maybe Wolf is frustrated with that. It's not only on Diego. It's Rigoni, it's Zardes. Players are not performing, bro. So Diego just needs to step up. I agree with Wolf, bro. Diego just needs to play better, bro. Even Diego agrees with it, what he said. Diego came out and agreed with Wolf, bro.
There's one more quote here. It says, this is Wolf on playing Diego on the right, because that was a note that was brought up last night on the space. Some fans were saying, Bali, that Diego Fagundes is way more lethal, more effective on that left side. We've seen him cook up on that left side at Q2 Stadium and on any stadium across this whole league. Diego Fagundes is way more lethal on that left side. And some people came out and they said, well, why was Josh Wolf putting him on the right? In the press conference, Josh Wolf came out and said this. He says, I didn't want him getting pulled back, and he didn't feel comfortable doing that the last time we did it. Some of that is some feedback from him. And again, I think Diego can play anywhere on the field. He's a good player. That was Wolf on playing Diego on the right side. Thoughts on the Diego situation before we go to Maxi?
I mean, yeah, multiple fans that's out the stadium were telling me, I can't believe Diego isn't starting. I can't believe it. people very very close to him also, told me that they can't believe that he's not starting. But I think Wolf is being very very unfair with Diego. Talking about his contract, bringing up his contract. Yeah, we know he got a new contract. He deserved that contract, bro.
100%.
His hard work deserved that. So for you to keep bringing it up in the conference, keep bugging at him, keep telling him.
So is he done working?
No.
He got a bag now. Is he done working?
No, he's not done working.
I'm
not in training. So if Wolf is telling us that, you know what, Diego isn't up to speed, Diego is not fit enough, he's there seeing him every day. So he must not be fit enough. But I think that it's kind of hard for me to believe that Diego isn't fit right now. I honestly feel like he is fit and that he's ready to go. But your right winger that's not performing for you, that hasn't performed, that hasn't scored for you, that's getting way more money than Diego, you say nothing about. He's doing it great right now. He's doing awesome for you. But he's not scoring. He's not helping your MVP. He's not helping Drusi. It's not working. So I feel for Diego, honestly do, bro, because he keeps calling him out, taking shots at him. And Diego was mad at RSL.
Houston
when he came out, upset.
Yeah, very upset. I think somebody had said they saw Diego kind of clapping and Wolf saying like, ahora sí, good call.
And not only him is upset. Yesterday I was front row, almost front row. I was in the second row, and the players were warming up in front of me. Maxi Urruti is devastated right now that he can't go on the field and help his boys out. He is devastated, bro. He was so mad when he didn't see his name being called up, and fairly so, man. He has a guy like Will Bruin going in front of him. Will Bruin. Maxi played so well for us last year.
He did.
And to me, Wolf better watch out, bro. Watch what you're doing, bro, because to me, he better not lose the locker room. He better not lose that locker room, because the locker room loves Maxi and the locker room loves Diego. That's a fact. The Mate Convos deal is special.
The Mate Convos is over. The Mate Convos is over.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything? I mean, is there any new episode? I mean, Mate Convos is over, bro. It's done. I mean, that chemistry that we had last season, it's over. It's done.
Yeah,
bro,
exactly.
to lose a locker room is suggesting that someone was gonna drop tools.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm just telling you right now, Wolf, be careful with the stuff that you're doing, bro, because losing the locker room is gonna cost. Losing the locker room is gonna cost you your job. And that's the fact of the situation.
This is not the Premier League. This is not the Premier League, bro. So you're tripping.
So I say just watch what you're doing, because it's gonna be tough.
Wow.
I will say this on that point. A lot of fans have been coming out on the comments on Instagram and on Twitter. They've been adding us. They've been saying Wolf out, #Wolf out. The movement is back. But before I get your take on what Bali had to say, Caleb Pongratz, a fan from the New England Revolution from the East Coast, he says, I find it laughable that when Diego Fagundes doesn't start/play, the team fails to get results. You have a DP in Rigoni who has done categorically ... nothing in all caps. Zardes on a bag doing nothing. Yet you call out the guy who had 6 goals and 15 assists in 2022. #Verde, #Wolf out. There's a couple more tweets from Caleb. 2022 salaries, he brings up the money. Zardes 1.5 in TAM million. Rigoni 2.2 DP money. Yet he chooses to call out someone who does more than them, and also, if I'm not mistaken, is on substantially less money. Call out players who are making a bag and not contributing in the right way. One more tweet. It says, you were the Western Conference Finals last season and lost 3 guys. Make the correct changes, revert back to the correct play style, and play your players in the correct positions for them to succeed. Or don't, and you'll probably be fired by match day 10.
Oh, my God. Chill out, bro. What? Is this the Premier League, bro? Is this the Premier League? So if we don't reach if we don't make playoffs, do we collapse financially? If we don't make playoffs, does everything... What's going on here? Well, do you not see what Wolf is working with? No center backs. Do you not see players are not performing? Rigoni is not putting it in the back of the net. I don't know, bro. To me, that's ridiculous, bro. Are you insinuating that Wolf doesn't want to win games, bro? You think that if Diego was going to kill it, he wouldn't play him because why? Because he doesn't like Diego? What do you think? Because Zardes is his boy, he's gonna. Bro, Wolf is he's a new coach. He wants to make a name for himself. You don't think? I just don't get why you think that he's in purposely letting his buddies play. That could cost him this heat and pressure. If he wants to win too, bro. You're insinuating that he doesn't want to win? That he doesn't play these players because he doesn't like them? So what? You don't think he likes Maxi and Diego? So you're like, nah, this is my team. I don't like you. He wants to win games, bro. Like, I don't get this whole this. To me, that was wild. What that dude tweeted, Celeb or whatever. To me, that's wild. I get
Caleb.
I get his point. Diego, fan favorite. Look, Rigone's making a lot of money. Zardes is making a lot of money, and they're not performing. I get that. They should be, though. Should they not? Right? They should be performing. Zardes should have goals by now. Rigone should have at least one by now. Like, they're not performing up to their standards, bro. Diego isn't either.
Bali, anything you want to add on that, mate?
Oh no, like if he does if we lose the next 4 games, questions need to be answered. I mean, I'm just being real, and if he keeps making the same mistakes, I'm sorry to tell you, B, but the fan base, we move and we want to be somebody.
Nah,
we're not putting our expectations down here like some people putting their expectations down here, bro. You need to put your expectations up here, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Up and high, bro.
Yeah,
over
bro.
Your
Like
head,
I'm gonna go.
over your head,
like I'm
bro,
gonna see our
because you know
starting
what, bro?
lineup and see
Because
what
you
we're
know
dealing
bro?
with and
You
expect
wanna
3
know
points.
something, B? That stadium, B, is open. It's full week in, week out, B. And not every MLS team can say that, bro. Okay, so yes. Us fans, we want to rise our expectations. We were in the Western Conference Finals last year.
Players were performing.
Okay,
Juicy was killing it.
We were 1 game away for going to the finals and being champions, B.
Yeah, I get
and we want to be back up there, bro. Okay.
And a couple
so
months
if he
later,
doesn't
you're
perform,
like shit on everything.
If he keeps losing, if he keeps making the mistakes, if he keeps calling out players, and he loses the locker room, B, he will get fired, bro.
You're tripping. You are fucking tripping, bro.
And
you are tripping.
And you don't think the fans are gonna bring on pressure?
What is
bro?
this? Is this the Premier League, bro? I don't get it.
What kind of fans do
I
you
don't
think we
get
are,
it, bro.
bro?
Are we
What
gonna
kind of
collapse
fans do you think
financially?
we are?
Do you
What
not
kind of
see
fans
we
do you
have
think
no
we
center
are?
backs, mate?
What kind of fans do
Look
you
what
think
we're
we are,
dealing
bro?
with, bro. Look what Wolf is having to work
You
with.
must not know the AustinFC fans, bro. You must
Bro,
not know us.
AustinFC fans want those type of fans that you're telling me about. They want one thing, they see it, they want another thing, they see that, they want another thing.
I want to win. I want to win.
Hey, I
B,
get it.
I want to win.
I do
That's
too.
the only thing I want, bro.
I do too.
That's all I want. I want to
bro.
win.
I don't get it.
I want to
I
win
don't
a
get it,
trophy.
bro.
I want to
really
be
don't
somebody.
get it, bro. I don't get it, bro.
I want to be
I
a
don't
big
get
team in the MLS. I want to start acting, moving like a big team
I
in the
agree.
MLS.
I agree.
I don't want to be losing at home. I don't want to be
We
drawing
tied.
at home.
We tied.
Okay, but we lost also
Be
at
reasonable
home.
though. Be
Embarrassed
reasonable.
at home also.
You're too much emotion. You're not using your head, mate. Look what we have to work with, mate. Look what we have. No center backs. Think about it, bro.
We have center
Think
backs,
about it, bro.
We
You
have
think
center
that,
backs,
bro? You think that if we had
we
a
have center backs,
Listen.
bro.
Let him finish.
Yeah,
Let him
let me
finish.
finish.
Let him finish.
You think that if we had a healthy Julio, a Leo here, everyone's healthy and fit, and we're not making anything? I get it. I would be just as upset because our players are there. Bro, Nick Lima and Ring as center backs, and we almost got 3 points, mate.
I want to add something on that point before Bali says something next on the Julio Cascante topic. I remember last season, fans were talking mess about Julio. Where they at now?
They're right there, bro. They're right there. They're right there.
Talking mess about Julio.
Talking mess about Julio last season. Y'all see how crucial he was to this back four?
Yeah, Bobby.
Y'all see how
You see,
important
Bobby?
Julio Cascante was to his back four? And last season, mate, bro, I got so much slack for backing Julio, mate. And now that he's gone, what are we, like maybe 2-3 weeks into his injury? Probably just 2. It's still going to take 6 more minimum for him to even get tested to be able to come back into training. I just want the fan base to hear, man, Julio Cascante was so important to this back line. Whatever way you feel about Julio, we're struggling right now defensively, and Cascante was a big part of our success last season.
And on
mate.
top of that, one last thing, we were 5 minutes away from 3 points in Colorado. Had we won that game, we would have been 1 point off better than we were last season in the same amount of games.
That's a good point. Josh Wolf
We
said that as well.
tied, and now we're 1 point off last season in these amount of games. Like,
But look at the way we started last year. Look at the way we started
I
this
get
year.
it.
Go
There's a
ahead, Bali.
difference,
Go ahead,
bro.
Bali.
There's a difference, B.
yes, bro, but
10
5
goals in
games
2
in,
games,
bro.
G.
You're
10 goals in 2 games.
too
We were on
emotional. Like
fire.
you're not really
Our
thinking,
front
bro.
six
You're
were
not really
on
thinking.
fire,
You're not really
bro.
thinking logically. You're
Our
thinking
front
in
six were on
dreamland.
fire, man.
You're in
Be
dream
real,
Premier
man.
League land, bro.
Damn.
You're like
Be fucking real.
You're acting like you don't see we have
Okay?
no center
I'm
backs.
seeing. We
You're
have
acting-
center backs.
You're acting like
They're right there. We
let's
have
not-
center
midfielder
backs.
and a
Let's calm
fullback.
down.
You're in dreamland.
We have
essentially.
center backs.
You're not
I'm not
thinking.
in
You're not
dreamland. I'm
thinking.
worried.
Let's
You're not
calm
thinking
down.
I'm worried.
logically.
Don't talk
I
over
wish
each
I
other.
was in dreamland.
Don't talk
I
over
wish
each
I
other.
was in
You're not
dreamland.
thinking logically.
I'm
bro.
worried.
Calma,
You
calma.
don't
wish
see
I
what's,
was in
you don't see
dreamland
what's
shit.
around you. Eh?
Calma.
don't see
Let's
what's
not
around
talk
you,
over
bro.
each other because
Come on, bro.
the audio peaks. The audio peaks. Let's calm down a little bit, boys. I have a
It's
quote.
peaking, bro.
It's peaking.
It's
Thank you,
peaking,
Primo.
bro.
I have a quote here
Chill out,
from
Bobby.
Josh Wolf.
Damn.
He says, I would love to bring on Maxi, but I think we have to respect what Colorado are on set pieces. And Will Bruin keeps the level of physicality. Wolf on Maxi, not coming on. B, I want to get your take on this. Obviously, some fans were upset that Diego didn't get brought on. We touched up on Maxi a bit,
Yeah.
but now focusing on just Maxi. What do you think is going on there? Do you think it's similar to Diego's situation? Why is Maxi not
I
playing?
low-key agree with that, bro. A lot of people are going to come at me. Look, this pod, a lot of people are going to come at me like they did last time. I get it. So what? Come at me. Was not Colorado 12 corners? How many corners?
12 corners. 12 corners.
They were on our ass with corners. They were crossing. They were trying to score, right? We bring in Maxi, and he's not doing it like to. Bruin was brought in to help out with that. That's what Wolf's saying, right? That's what Wolf said. That's what Wolf said, right? That he brought on because we don't want to concede
Yes.
on a corner.
Yes.
He's more physical.
Uh-huh.
And I think, what's wrong with that?
Bali, thoughts on Josh Wolf? Now bringing on Maxi. He's the only forward in the AustinFC roster that has gotten a goal in the MLS. Why is he not being brought onto the pitch? You had a story, an anecdote, I guess you could say. You were behind Maxi in the warm-ups. He was very frustrated, devastated, as you can say. Maxi, I mean, there was fans commenting, fans from Argentina saying, ¿Por qué no está jugando Maxi? Why is he not starting? El técnico. Everybody's going back to Wolf. So what do you think, mate? Is it on Maxi's side, or is it Josh Wolf just not wanting to play Maxi? I mean, he's clearly producing on the field. He scored. He hits the post. Why is he not getting his chance?
Exactly, man. To me, he bringing on Will Bruin ahead of Maxi. I mean, what are you thinking, bro? I mean, oh my God. And yes, I was right behind Maxi, and when he saw Will Bruin go in, he took off his tape and he threw it on the floor.
It was tape.
On the ground.
It was tape.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
upset, bro, and fairly so, man. He should be up there going in right behind Sardes. Why is Will Bruin? Well, Will Bruin. They were sprinting. They were warming up on the sideline. Will Bruin sprinted and it looked like he was struggling. It literally looked like he was struggling. Me and my boy Dan he was right next to me, and Dan was even laughing at him. He was like, "What is that? Is this guy a professional?"
Harsh.
So,
That's
man,
too
I
hard.
mean, they're very, 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 very unfair with Maxi. And Maxi now he's posting. I don't know if y'all catch some of the stuff that he's posting on his story on Instagram.
What's he posting?
You can see that he's kind of hurt. You can see that he's
Oh,
hurt.
well, going back to the post where he pointed to his name. He
Yeah.
was saying, Maxi. Is that kind of what you're going on?
Yeah, and he also posted a photo last night with the quote. If you want to look it up.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, he posted a.
Okay.
You know, I would be tripping more if like we ended up conceding by a corner. Like if you see your team out there struggling with corners, like damn, they're on our ass with corners. Like they're gonna score on a corner for us. What can I do to slow down the bleeding there? We're literally weren't we not getting dominated? Didn't Stuber save us, right? We were getting dominated, right? So if you see us getting dominated, if you see us struggling with corners,
Right there.
and you have a fear that you might concede in a corner, and you're trying to help the bleeding on that department, then you bring in him, bro. If we were on Colorado's ass and we were trying to double down, then you would bring in Maxi, bro, because we're trying to get a goal. We're trying not to concede a corner, mate. What is Maxi gonna help us do with that? And I get it. We ended up conceding.
We
right?
were 1-1.
tied.
Are you not trying to score a goal, man?
Bro, but look what was
you
happening
trying
on
to
the
not go-
field.
Are you
What was
not
happening
try-
on the field?
are you not
You
trying to
think he
score a
can
goal?
switch it like that, bro? Bro, what was happening on the field? What was happening on the field?
We were absolutely
We
getting
were
dominated.
Getting
We were getting
dominated.
dominated. But don't you think Maxi Urruti would have offered a attacking outlet for the back line of Colorado to get more worried, more occupied?
But I think the concern was we're about to concede on a corner. We are about to concede on a corner. What do I do? That's the main issue right here. There's two wounds on you. One is bleeding profusely. One's bleeding a little bit. Which one are you gonna help first, bro? You try to not to concede off a corner because they're on our ass. That's what he brought in for. If we were pushing Colorado trying to nick that second, and it was just us going at it, we're not finding the net, then you bring on Maxi because he'll get you that goal. But we weren't in that position. We were surviving for our lives. And at the end of the day, we ended up conceding and it didn't work out.
Real quick, some stats on Will Bruins. 5 minutes last night, 6 minutes. He had a 1-1 accurate passes, 100%. Aerial duels, he won 50%, 1 out of 2. So he definitely went in and had a job to do. But some fans are going to be asking themselves, why not Maxi to get that goal to win at Q2? I mean, Josh Wolf has been very clear. He's been very strong on the point that you should win as many games as possible at home. Obviously, I mean, last night it wasn't one of those. But, Bali, just anything you want to add on the Maxi situation? He's not getting his minutes. Fans are getting frustrated. Zardes looked gassed last night. Yeah. He had an opportunity. Yep. Zardes had a chance. He took maybe one more touch or he was off a step. The Colorado Rapids defenders get to him very quickly and it shuts him down. But some fans are getting frustrated. They're trying to give Zardes patience. They're trying to give Rigoni patience. Any last thoughts on the Maxi situation? And, of course, if you want to touch up on Ghazi Zardes.
I think you start Maxi next game. You start Maxi next game. You switch it up. You put Ethan on the right. You put Diego on the left. You put Druzy as a number 10, and you bring it back to how it was and try it out, bro. You have LAFC. You know, you think we're gonna beat them? Be real.
We've done it before.
We've done it before.
Okay, we've done it before. You think we're gonna beat them now?
We've done it before, brother.
All I said is
we've done it before. We've done it before.
I don't think so, man.
Whenever last season, whenever we went to LAFC and we beat them over there the first time, nobody thought we were gonna beat them. Nobody thought that. Okay, why not surprise them again? Sorpresa. Anything can happen, mate. In football, anything can happen, mate. 90 minutes on the pitch, eternal.
And hopefully by then Leo's back and we got our new center.
Oh,
back
Leo, I think Leo will be back.
Yep.
Alexander might slide in. We also have a bye week. The players are going to go on a break. They're going to freshen up. They're going to come back. We could come back and bounce back from this in the first 5 games.
No, bro, everything's doomed, bro. Fire the coach. No, bro, it's over, bro. Fire the coach. Bro. I like how you think, bro. I like how you think.
I'm just saying.
I like how you think.
We have 4 games to prove ourselves.
Hey, bro, Wolf, I'm Wolf in. I'm back in this gaffer.
I'm not saying I'm not saying fire Wolf right now. But he has some good couple games coming up that he has to show up. He has to make changes.
I backed this coach season 1 when we were in the mud.
And if he doesn't be, I'm sorry.
Look, listen. I backed this coach. I backed this coach when we were season 1 in the mud. I backed them against all odds. Next season we went to the conference finals, and all those people, including
and then we win the conference finals.
And then no. Let me finish. And then the guy over here. Calladito, papa.
You talking about Bali?
I'm talking about
Bali ATX.
And now we're in the mud again. And guess what I'm gonna do, bro?
You're gonna back the coach?
I'm gonna back the coach, bro. Because look what we're going through. Players aren't performing well, and we don't have center backs, mate. To me, it's crazy how you don't see that. It's crazy how you don't see that, bro. To me, that's crazy, bro. To me.
One thing that I've noticed in the Austin FC fan base in our journey covering this team since its birth is there's a rift that's getting bigger and bigger between Bali's Army and Brian Bros. I think right now...
Dreamland, Logic City.
I wish I was in Dreamland. I wish I was in Dreamland right now, bro.
Dreamland,
I'm in the
Logic
future.
City.
I'm in the present, and I'm worried.
Fairy tales.
I'm worried.
Real world.
I have noticed that the comment section has gotten more...
And there's more of them than people that are...
There's more battles.
Bro, anybody out there listening that agrees with me, come out. I'm getting cooked out here in the comments.
Brian Bros.
I'm getting cooked out here. Does anyone not
open his eyes?
Does anyone not agree? Like maybe have some sort of like belief? Does everything have to happen right away? Is this the Premier League? I don't get it, bro.
All I'm saying is he has a couple games right now to prove himself. If he doesn't prove himself, the pressure's on. Simple, G.
Now, real quick,
Simple,
boys.
G.
We have 6 minutes left on the pod. I want to touch up on the games coming up. We have a break. Obviously, bye week's coming up. International duty is going to end. Leo comes back with no injuries. He gets through his 2 games with no injuries. It's absolutely fantastic to hear. But the next game's coming up. We have LAFC away from home, 6:30 p.m. It's going to be on Apple TV or free on Fox. It's going to be a big game, definitely. Also, we have Vancouver at home, 7:30. That's April 15th. April 22nd, away from home, we got to go to the LA Galaxy Stadium. That's going to be at 9:30, bit of a late game. Carson. Facts, it's not even LA. Sorry about that. April 29th, Austin at home. We get San Jose as visitors. That's going to be on Apple TV MLS Season Pass. Boys, real quick, y'all's predictions for these couple games or y'all's overall feeling? B, I'll start with you.
I'm optimistic. The LFC game's going to be tough. Vancouver's doing pretty good. LA Galaxy ain't doing so good, so we'll see. What I'm most excited about is the fact that we'll get Leo back. And hopefully our new center back signing, his name... Alexander.
Okay.
Hopefully he'll be back and he can plug in next to Leo. So then that'll fix that little center back issue that we had this past game. Lima might be freed up. Maybe he can jump in and it will be more solid in the back and we'll be able to flew the ball hopefully a little bit better going forward. Owen Wolf will be back, right? A little bit creative. Valencia can sit on the bench and the players get rested. So I have faith. I know the LFC game is gonna be tough, but I have faith once these players come back, once people get rested, fresh start. Let's wipe. The beginning of the season was tough, Violet and all that. I get it. No center backs playing against Colorado. I get it. After the break, center backs come in. Everybody gets rested. Let's go again.
Radovanovic, by the way. Radovanovic. Bali, let's get your takes. Primo, get your takes after Bali's. LAFC, Vancouver, the Galaxy, and San Jose coming up in April, mate. What's your feeling going into these games? Any predictions you want to drop on us? Go ahead and talk to the fan base.
Well, you make changes and you try to get the right lineup out there because you have to get results in these games. You just have to. It's going to be tough. LAFC away,
they're on fire.
That's a tough game.
Primo, can you bring up the standings, please?
One last thing, just to add on there, they play Champions League. Just keep that in mind.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how much
but
that
it's also
affects
in
us.
Vancouver, so they don't.
I get it.
It's not out. It's not outside the country.
Yeah,
And honestly, bro, it's not like it matters because Boanga, one of their DP players, I mean, this guy left international duty early to come back for the LAFC game, scores the winning goal, brother.
Yeah.
Boanga,
Be
DP.
tough.
DP, mate. Anything else you want to add on these games?
I mean, it's gonna be tough for us, but we must get a result, man. We must get a result. At least show a bit of fight at home. You know, LA Galaxy is struggling. We should be able to take care of business away from home. And then we have San Jose. I mean, I want us to bounce back, bro. I want us to have a great season. But right now, man, I'm not too confident, bro. And that makes me upset, bro. It makes me sad, man. It honestly does, man. And I know a lot of fans feel the same. You know, we love this club, bro. And right now we're struggling. So we must bounce back, bro. LAFC is gonna be a tough game.
Definitely.
But we have to show up at home, bro. We have to give that to the fans, bro. The fans last night were destroyed, bro. The Q2 was quiet, man.
No, it wasn't quiet.
The fans were hurt last night.
It wasn't as loud, but it wasn't quiet.
We weren't vibing. We weren't turned up. Why? What's going on, G?
I mean, looking at the table and looking at the games that we have coming up, I mean, we have some favorable matchups, bro. I mean, we have LA Galaxy, who's in 12th place in the Western Conference. Vancouver, who is right on top of them in 11th. I mean, these teams are sitting pretty low on the table. AustinFC and San Jose at 6th and 7th place. I mean, we're above all these teams except LAFC, obviously, right? They're in 3rd place. But is it? I mean, off to say that we could beat, Vancouver, LA Galaxy, San Jose?
Nah, bro. We lose to the bottom of the West against Houston, bro. And then we lose to the bottom of the West against.
Be optimistic, boys.
No, I am because our players are coming back. But you asked me if that. I don't think position matters, bro. I don't think it matters. I think the bottom.
100%.
It'll matter later because later teams will get going. Then the table will kind of spread and you'll see gaps, and I get that. But right now, I mean, we lost to Houston and Colorado. They were at the bottom, so. We'll see. I mean, I'm optimistic because we get Leo back. Our new center back can potentially be ready. And we'll give a break and then we'll go again.
Where's Colorado on that?
You gotta keep scrolling, right?
Oh, whoa! From Colorado 14, mate, Colorado.
Mate,
you gotta scroll down to see where they were at on the position of the table, and they almost they
No, they should have beat us.
They should have beat us.
They should have beat us.
They could have.
They should have. They should have.
Do we not have Stuver?
We do have Stuver.
Exactly.
That's
why
what praise. Stuver. Hold on, real
lucky.
quick, Primo.
No, Stuver put in work.
Primo, I want your takes on the games coming up, brother. We gotta get your predictions. Primo's predictions segment, just like B said.
I wouldn't call Stuver saves lucky, by the way.
I think if we can come out and get a good performance off of against LAFC, I think we'll line us up pretty good against the other teams. But LAFC is gonna be tough. That their DP is going off, bro. That DP is on fire, bro. Boanga. So it's gonna be tough for our defense, and we're having issues out in the defense. But I probably see us winning 2 out of these games, 2 out of 4, maybe tying 1. But the LAFC game is just gonna be tough, bro. I don't know if we're gonna win that one. If we do, it'll be amazing. But we'll just have to wait and see. I think we get. So what is it? 3, 6, 9, 12 points that we can get from these games.
12, yeah, because it's 4 of them.
I'll say 6 points. I say we get.
I think that's fair, mate. I think that's fair, pretty much. We have LAFC's upcoming fixtures. They play Colorado April 1st. They play Vancouver midweek April 5th. Then we got to visit them April 8th, so we'll see. Boys, I want to end the podcast on some Stuver praise.
Yes.
Stuver was absolutely fantastic
Yes.
last night. B, you said that his saves were not lucky.
Yeah.
Real quick, some praise for Mr. Brad Stuver.
Yeah, I mean, look, this game, luck is, sure, they had a hell of chances. But we have Stuver, and this is not new to us. Stuver makes some badass saves. He performs for us. I know he has his mistakes here and there, but this isn't new. Stuver puts in work, and he saved us from a defeat. And we could have lost, but I think Stuver saved us from the defeat. He earned us a point. That's what hella performance by Stuver.
Bali, please praise for Mr. Brad Stuver.
I mean, I love Brad Stuber. He's what an amazing goalkeeper. And new contract, well deserved. Because man, where would this team be without Brad? But I love Stuber, man. Great family, and I love him, man. I want him to. He it's kind of sad that he had to save that many opportunities for Colorado, man. I mean, he was jumping all over. He could have got injured. And one of those, I think he kind of limped. He kind of fell on the net. So, man, hopefully nothing serious happens to Stuber soon. But, man, what a goalkeeper.
I have a quote here, Stuver. He said, this is from Eric Goodman from the Austin Chronicle. He says, Stuver says, I was doing my best to keep the ball out of the back of the net and just give us a chance. Fans showing love to Stuver in the comments on We're Austin TV
Everybody
Instagram.
loves Stu.
Brian S300, I don't know who that guy is, but he must be a legend. He says, Stuver saved us. T-Laws Texas said, keep it coming, Stu. Fabian Rey, famous muralist for AustinFC. He did the Tifo design, and he's done some work for the mural outside the Zebra Gate. He says, clap, clap, clap. Thanks to him, we got a tie. Verde Heart and the Longhorn sign. We have somebody else said, too bad our defense wasn't. Somebody else said, legend. Somebody else said, Stu. And last but not least, No Call sign 3.0 says, God knows where we would be without Stu.
That's facts.
100%.
That is facts, bro. Imagine
Facts.
imagine, please God, no, please God. But if something like, if Stu gets injured or something.
We lost him from an injury
Oh
last
my
season,
God.
brother. You remember last
Yeah, I
season? He was
remember, I
gone for a
remember.
bit.
I remember.
Shout out Stu, bro.
Shout
Oh,
out, Stu.
Lord.
Boys, anything else we
Please,
can add to
God,
the end of the
please.
pod?
Like my boy Marco said, chin up.
No se agüiten, bro.
No se agüiten, bro.
No se agüiten, bro.
bro.
Primo, anything else you want?
Bájale el volumen.
Bájale el volumen.
Bájale el volumen.
Súbele al volumen, súbele
Bájale
al
el volumen,
volumen.
Bali.
Ponle la presión,
Bájale el
súbele al
volumen, Bali.
volumen. Súbele al volumen.
Bájale, bájale.
Like I said earlier, you're either going to have to choose a side. You're going to go with the Bryan Bros, patience,
If
let him
anybody has a
cook,
grease I'm getting
No, man,
Bali's Army's
all
out there,
I
bro.
want,
Or you go to Bali's Army.
All I want is for us to put our expectations up high, bro. That's all I want, bro. I want to win, bro. Right now, we're not winning, bro. Okay? That's the reality.
You got to look at why we're not
You know?
winning, though.
All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Top Flight Podcast. We gave you a whole hour segment of Austin FC. International break obviously had to do something with that. We'll be back with more episodes. Midweek episode coming through, and we got some more stuff coming for y'all. Can't wait for the boys to be back April 8th against LAFC. It's time to bounce back. Top Flight Podcast. Let's go.